So, this is a game called But You Seem Fine. I'm going to try it out now. Let us see what we got here. But you seem fine. Use headphones for the best experience. Well, I'm not going to. This usual novel is based on a true story, but it is not meant to substitute professional help now, nor reflect the range of experiences surrounding invisible illness. Thank you. Okay. Alright. This isn't fair. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Why can't I find some answers? What are you trying to do? Chapter 1. Oh, the alarm clock. Oh my god. Okay. You awaken in your bedroom. The sun is shining in through the window. It's just another Monday. Your computer is sitting beside you on the bed, but still open to the pause scene or screen from the night before. You must have fallen asleep watching. Oh, is this where the new season of? I'll call that one. The plot has been. Why is has all caps? The plot has been Oh my god. Has been lagging since Captain Yumiko Atami of the Global Defense Squad bit the dust last season, but you never thought you would actually fall asleep during an episode. You rub some of the sleep from your eyes and head downstairs before you even later than you already are. Okay. Yes, that's the mother. Yeah, that's the mother. Why is she so dark all of a sudden? Good morning, sweetie. If you had slept any longer, I would have left you to fend for yourself. But since I have some time to spare... Hold on. Let me turn off the music for a second. It's loud. But since I have some time to spare before heading off to work, what would you like for breakfast? What should I have? Bacon and eggs, Johnny cakes, or fried rice? Let's do the usual bacon and eggs. Excuse me? Ray, Kim, aren't you forgetting something? Oh, they're... Please, would you do me the absolute honor of preparing me breakfast, dearest mother? Okay, save the dramatic language for the theater, thank you. While mom prepares breakfast, you pack your lunch for the day. Looks like the only option is leftover tikka masala. Yum. Mom sets your bacon and eggs on the table and you shovel it down before heading out the door for school. Okay. You arrive at school in record time. Was it breakfast that made the difference? Has. Uh, Mom always was a killer chef, and bacon and eggs has never failed you. You're lost in thought and heading towards your locker when you spot the one, the only. Sadie! What do you do? Inquire about life, complain about school, discuss the latest. I would just complain about school. Please tell me Mr. Sanchez did not just give us an extra essay. Doesn't he know I have a very important and busy life outside of school? Come on, it's not going to be that bad. A 3-page fictional adventure on whatever theme you choose. We write those for fun all the time. You've already finished yours, haven't you? Sadie, I refuse to believe I am friends with you. You chuckle to yourself and headed into your first class of the day. Alright. How much of them? 3 minutes. Home sweet home. Mom and dad won't be back from work for a couple hours, and there's a lot to get done. Just do homework. Homework is the one thing that we should all be doing for school. We should all be taking the time and be doing homework to catch up on schoolwork and making sure we don't get bad grades. Maintaining good marks does not come without effort. You think you heard someone say that at some point, regardless, you dive headfirst into some worksheets from today. Alright. Oh, she's done already. Let's just play soccer now. It seems like forever since you kicked around the soccer ball in the garage. Maybe it's time to dust off some of those dormant skills from middle school. Besides, getting outside is good for the body and the mind. And I guess the last one is just practice cello. Practice cello. Whatever that is. You are feeling artistic and musical. Plus, the swan from Carnival of the Animals has been stuck in your head since you heard it earlier in class. You pick up your bow and start playing. Okay. That's enough for one day. Your throat is starting to feel a bit scratchy. Maybe it's allergies. Either way, you better get some rest. You shuffle into your bed and call it a night. Well, yes, I'd rather get some sleep. Oh no. You wake up the next morning, totally unable to breathe. Like she's blushing there. That looks like it. But no, she's not feeling good. That is, until you open your mouth, your nose is completely congested and you can barely make a croaking noise without your throat burning. Yep, I'm sick. This blows. Oh, yeah, I hate games. Uh, why would you play video games if you're sick? Let's just catch up on our homework. You pull your laptop out and try to work on that extra essay. Since you're home sick, maybe you can get an extension. But is it going? Is it is going to need to get done eventually, so why not start now? After a couple of hours of quality working time, you set your laptop aside. Your eyelids get heavier and heavier, and slowly you drift off. Oh, did she just fall asleep again? I think she. Oh. Turns out this cold hit you harder than normal, and recovery is taking longer than you're used to. You miss a full week of school while you're sick in bed, battling fever, congestion, and throat pain. That absolutely sucks. 1 week later, what is she just still sick or feeling better? She's all better. You finally feel well enough to come back to school. You're excited to be back in the swing of things. You missed orchestra. Uh, you missed drama class, and most of all, you missed your friends. Speak of the devil. There's Sadie. Uh, be dramatic. Oh my god. Bruh. What time is it? Sadie, my friend, my one and only. I never thought I'd see your face without touching the cold nightmare of death. Okay, your majesty, I know you're just kidding, but I seriously thought you died. Where have you been? You explain how the last week of your life has been spent battling sickness in your bed. Your only contact with the outside world when your mom would come in to give you medicine and soup. Yikes, but you aren't still contagious, right? No way, I haven't felt sick since Friday. I tried to text you, but I kind of lost my phone in a way of tissues. Ray, that is disgusting, but you're really better? Yeah. Although, what? Nothing, I wish I wasn't so tired. You go to the rest of your classes for the day, eager to catch up on schoolwork. Well, that's nice. Okay. School's over, what do you want to do? Let's work on writing with Sadie. I don't really choose the bottom option, so I'd rather choose that. So, it's going fine now. So, you travel the familiar path to Sadie's house and set up shop for her, with her at her dining table. See what happens next. You realize that if we wanted to, we could register to become an official club with the school. Why would we want to do that? Well, we could use a classroom for meetings and maybe even get some money for snacks. Excuse me? What's wrong with my lovely home? And we have snacks right here. Stale Cheetos do not count. Y'all got Cheetos. Y'all got Cheetos? But stale Cheetos? No thanks. I'd rather have the usual Cheetos. Crunchy Cheetos. Whatever, more from me. Now help me come up with a name for this new character in my story, since she's a teenage princess who is also an assassin and her mark is her betrothed prince. I thought your story was about space ninjas. It is. Alright, how about Ray, Casey, or Alexander? Let's just say Casey, because that sounds familiar. Oh, cute, okay. The two of you laugh and work on your stories until it's late and you're both tired. You think Sadie's parents didn't head back home? Since when did you get so exhausted so easily? Messed up on my freaking words. My God. What? She's sick again? What are you getting sick from? When you wake up the next morning, you're stuffy, have a fever, and an incredible headache. How are you sick again? Like, literally, how did you get sick again? You just got better, but it looks like this sickness is back for... Looks like the sickness is back for round 2. So the sickness is, The sickness is back at it again. Back at it again with another second round, bro. Ugh, I would give anything to stay in bed longer. There's a knock on your door. After a short pause, Mom comes in. Why are you here? I know you're not still in bed. It's nearly time for me to go to work. Mom, please. Ray, you're not looking so hot. I don't feel 100% better. Looks like that cold decided to stick around a little longer. Stay home. I'll call the school and get you excused. It's better to sleep and let this bug pass. You want to argue. You have a ton of schoolwork and a million club responsibilities, but the thought of going back to sleep is just too tempting. Thanks, Mom. Mom smiles back and heads back into the hallway. You fall asleep once more. Morning again. The sun streams through the window, forcing you to shield your eyes. I'm heading off to work, but I'll leave some medicine on the nightstand. Feel better, sweetheart? You grumble in response and fall back asleep as she leaves. What? Wait, what is this? Is there no... Ooh, it's nighttime. Oh, wow, I like this. You wake up groggy and tired. You are very disoriented. You have no idea much time has passed or how long you've been asleep for. It seems late. Call for your mom, go to the bathroom, check your phone. Let's check on my phone. Let's see what we got. Your phone reads that it's 9:30 p.m. You can see light peeking from underneath your door. You hear your parents talking softly to each other as they watch TV in the other room. You look down at your phone again. There's one new message from Sadie saying, "Hey, you're not sick again, are you?" You pocket your phone and head downstairs. Oh my God. Your stomach is grumbling. You're not quite sure when you last ate. Silence. Sit down. We have some leftovers from dinner. Would you like to reheat them? You nod. Mom pulls out a plate and uncovers it before popping it in the microwave. You stare blankly into the distance. Mom places the plate in front of you, then leans against the counter, watching as you start to eat. She's clearly concerned. Thank you. You finish your food and get up to leave the table, but before you go, you glance back around. I really love you. Oh, I love you. You head back upstairs and go back to bed. Is my volume up? Yes, it is up, but I just have the music off. Alright, so you wake up again. Some time has passed, but you don't know how much. You roll your body to the edge of the bed, but anything more is just not possible. Oh, I think I should just had sleep. Waking up again, you realize you are no less tired than when you last slept. You have no clue how long you've been asleep for. Let's just go back to sleep. You rub some of the sleep from your eyes. Mom is looking at you, worried. You frown. We're going to the doctor, sweetheart. Time to get up. You grumble as she helps you get dressed, and you stumble into the car. You and your mom are at the doctor's office, here to see your primary care physician? Dr. Harris. What brings you in today? Mom explains the getting sick, the endless sleeping, the suddenness of it all. Well, I'll do some checkups and see if anything's wrong. Well, clearly there's something wrong. Oh, shoot, I think I skipped a dialogue. Did I? I think I might have skipped a dialogue. Oh, no. He has you open your mouth to say, ah. Ah! He checks your eyes, your ears, your nose, the senses of your body. He pulls out his stethoscope and listens to your heart. He listens to you cough. He listens to you breathe. He takes your temperature. He tests your reflexes. He tests your blood pressure. And that is it. And, let's see what we got here. Let's see what's wrong with her. She sits back down. Oh no, he sits back. Well, nothing seems to be wrong. You're shaking the bug completely. But you're in high school, aren't you? You're 14. Maybe this has something to do with your hormones, or maybe you're just depressed. You stare blankly. Mom frowns. She's not just depressed. There's something wrong. I've never seen her like this before. I know what she's normally like, and something's not right. He sighs and scribbles something onto a pad of paper. He rips off 2 sheets. Here, 2 prescriptions. One for birth control, one for antidepressants. Maybe she'll get better. Hopefully. They're standing in the car. Is that possible? Did he seriously not believe me? I'm your mother. I know what I'm talking about. The nerve of that man. You say nothing, choosing to stare at the window. We're going to have a look. We're going to have to look somewhere else. You mumble in agreement and then nod off to sleep. So there's, yeah. They saying there's something wrong with her. She's like depressed or stuff. Chapter 2. She's saying like that she's might be depressed or like hormones or something like that. You blink slowly and start to wake up. You don't know how long it's been since you first got sick, but your day, whatever the heck it is. Check the time. You roll over and stare at your clock. You've been sleeping for 16 hours. Why do I still feel so exhausted? Go back to sleep. It still feels like you've been hit by a truck. Nothing would feel better than slipping back into a temporary coma. You pull your covers back up to your chin and let yourself doze off. Is it the sweater you're wearing? Like, you've been wearing that for so much time. Ray, wake up. I don't want to be woken up. You woke up suddenly to the sound of your mom's voice. She's shaking you by the shoulders and trying to get you up out of bed. Ray, we're going to be late to the doctor's. Did you not see my text message? Okay. Respond with attitude? I do not know. We'll do as she says, because I do not want to respond with a no attitude. Groggily, you pull a hoodie over your head and put it on a pair of sweatpants while Mom rushes you out the door and into the car. 17 minutes already. You fidget uneasily as the two of you wait for the doctor to appear. Mom said he's an ENT doctor, but you're not sure what that stands for. Based on the large picture of a cross-section of a head on the wall, you guess that it stands for ear, nose, and throat. Mom got a referral from your primary care physician, I don't know. And after he found out you have been congested and sick a couple times. I don't know why we're even here. 10 more minutes go by. Hello, I'm Dr. Clark. Oh, some different dude. Mom goes over the same spiel that she gave Dr. Harris. He listens and nods occasionally as he impects you for a normal checkup procedures. Well, her ears and throat look fine. I'll need to take a closer look up at her nose. He pulls out a long, thin device. It looks like a stick. He says it's a camera, and to your great discomfort, he shoves it up your nose? Nope, not really seeing anything here. Okay, he moves the stick around. It hurts a little, but it's mostly just weird. That's freaking... I don't know what to say about that. My God. He leans back in his chair and finally finished. You know what I think? I think she's a teenager. She had a cold and now she's milking it for all that she can. Her chart says she's on antidepressants already, so there's not much else I can do. Look, kid, you just have to suck it up and go to school. even if you're sick. You know, when I was a kid, I got the chicken pox and I still went to school. He rambles on for a bit as he zones out. Mom stares at him in silence, but you tell that she is carefully holding back her words. When he finishes his lecture, she calmly stands and walks out of the room. You shuffle out after her. God. You make a brief stop in the waiting room while Mom takes care of the copy. Then you both head home, none the wiser than when you came. Okay. Several days later. So is this just like some story? Like, basically, like a story? It's the weekend after your appointment. You're resting in bed when your phone vibrates. It's a text from Sadie. Dude, we start new projects in art class tomorrow. What's something awesome you could put on your wall? That's so sweet. Plus, you would be lying if you said you hadn't been asking for some art from her for a while. What would Sadie draw for you? Field of flowers should be fun. You hit send, and before you know it, there's a response. You got it, Captain. Just make sure you get back to school at some point to pick it up. Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later if you have anything to say about it. You hear Mom calling for you from the kitchen. You pocket your cell phone and get out of bed. Coming! I'm coming, Mother. God dang, I'm coming, Mother. Jeez. Oh, look who came when called. Yeah, about that. What could you possibly want this early on this... Freaking nose. Yeah, about that. Ugh. What could you possibly want this early on a Sunday? Ray, it's 2 p.m. Oh. I need to bring a dish to the potluck at work tomorrow. Since you spent the last few days in your room, I figured you might want to help. I don't know, I'm still tired, Mom. Mom sighs heavily. Alright, just help me choose something people will actually eat. Quinoa salad is okay. Well, the quinoa has been sitting on the shelf for a while. Just because your father hated this stuff doesn't mean it deserves to rot in purgatory. Grab some tomatoes and onions from the fridge, will you? Mom. Hey, it was worth a shot. You and your mom giggle as she turns back to the fridge. But the fridge is right there, by the mother. Several weeks later, is she gonna get better at some point? Oh my gosh, she's still sick, bro. Is she gonna get better at some point? Because, like, how long has she been sick for? Many days back? Like, a couple weeks? She's still sick. Why aren't you better yet? Oh shoot, I didn't read that. Apparently, there's a chance that this whole energy issue is a problem with your heart, so you're going to see a cardiologist today. Cardiologist, yeah. The doctor listens to your heart and heartbeat in your breath. It seems alright, but let's do a cardiogram and a heart ultrasound just to make sure. Ugh. Freaking nose. You lie down on a table. The tech attaches 20 different electrodes to your head and your chest for the cardiogram. You lie there and feel like a potato battery. After a few minutes, you're ushered into another room for the ultrasound. You take your shirt off, and the tech pushes down on your chest with the device covered in cold gel. She keeps looking for different angles, and it hurts your ribs. You wince at the pressure and squeeze your eyes shut, trying to go somewhere else in your mind. You see your heart showed up on the black and white monitor. I think you mean the X-ray? Or are you talking about something else? It seems small, the nurse explains. It seems so small. What the heck? Well, you have a teeny tiny heart murmur, but it's really small. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Definitely not the issue here. Great, another dead end. I don't know if that's gonna help. Your phone lights up. There's a reminder in your calendar. Find the monologue for fall play auditions. Dang, you really want to try out for the lead, but you haven't had the time or energy to prepare anything. Maybe you'll feel better by next week and can find something in time. There's also a text from Sadie. You, me, Super Space Sailors marathon this weekend. We could finish the whole season if we watch nonstop for 24 hours. That would be so much fun, but you know that you just don't have the energy. You just don't have the energy to get into Sadie's place, let alone stay up with her or for hours on end. Ignore or you send the text and tuck your phone away, staring out the car window. Ugh. These doctor's appointments are wearing you down. You're not sure if it's even worth it anymore, but you still wish you had an answer. Do you keep searching? Yes, indeed. Of course, we've hit a few dead ends, but someone's got to come up with something. Sure, there are some bad apples, but maybe the next doctor will be better. How many doctor's appointments do you have, woman? Several weeks later. You wake up and find yourself in your room. Everything seems kind of peaceful, weird. You glance at the clock. 8:48? This does not bode well for your 9 o'clock class. Mom! There's no response. She must have already left for work. You grab the nearest articles of clothing and sprint into the bathroom. Maybe if you hurry, you won't be that late. Arriving in class a solid 25 minutes late. You slam your backpack down and pull out your notes. The rush of adrenaline from booking it to school has got you wired. As fast as you can, you start scribbling down the notes on the whiteboard. Okay, adjectives, noun modifiers, they describe a noun, adverb, adjective, verb, or other adverb modifiers. Examples include. Did she just doze off again? Ray. Huh? Sadie? Dude, it's time for PE. Wait, what? Oh, God. Did you fall asleep? Ugh, yeah. Can I borrow your notes? I mean, sure, but you seem like you made good progress already. What? You look at the notebook in front of you, and sure enough, there are lines of notes written on the pages. Barely legible, but still there. Whoa, did I write these in my sleep? Oh my gosh, that is like a superpower. I would kill to be able to do that. You're not how sure you feel about that statement, but you brush it off. Since you woke up, you're feeling surprisingly refreshed. As weird as the nap was, it gives you enough of a boost to make it through the rest of the school today. Okay. And then once again, another several weeks later, Mom got a recommendation for this holistic doctor named Dr. Worth. Alternative medicine as a concept doesn't exactly click in your mind, but at this point you're getting desperate for answers. His office is in a nice part of town, and it was hard to find parking. As you're walking, you notice that the office is covered in embroidered pillar. Yeah, like whenever you're looking for like a parking spot somewhere, you just can't find any parking spot at all. Like half of the parking spots are like taken already by other cars. I'm like, bruh, do you know how that is? Just looking for a parking spot whenever you go somewhere. There's so many cars that are on that spot, and freaking yeah. So his Harvard degrees, whatever it was, Dr. Worth listens to this, whatever that is. He says he has some ideas about what might be going wrong and orders some blood tests. Why does he look like that, bro? You go to the section of the office with the whatever that is, aka the person who draws blood. She pulls up your hoodie sleeve, ties your arm off, and disinfects the bend of your arm. Oops. Oops, god dang it. You nod, she slides the needle in, but you don't look. After you get your blood drawn, you meet up with your mom at the front desk. Apparently, the doctor recommended some specialty supplements that he also sells in the house. You watch as the price tag climbs with each additional bottle. You find out, of course, that they're not covered by insurance. Mom pays the exorbitant price, and then the two of you head home. That's nice. Several days later, spend the next weekend. spend the next week downing down each extra supplements. Can you save your game? You actually can save your game. Weird powders you mix with apple juice, you name it. Some of them taste gross, and some of them are the size of horse pills, but you swallow them all. With your precious meds and your new supplements combined, you now have a personalized medication chart taped to the inside of the pantry cabinet. There's your morning pills, 7, your lunch pills, 5, and your night pills, 9, for a whopping total of 21 pills a day. If these pills are supposed to make you feel better, why do you feel so much worse all the time? Should have been better by now. Dude, she's still sick. How many times does she have to go? How many times does she has to go to the doctor? Like, what the heck? You and your mom are back to see Dr. Worth. He pulls out some pieces of paper. They have your name on the top as well as a bunch of tables with all sorts of numbers on it. Do you know what these are? A chart of some kind? Right, it shows a high level of liver and whatever that means. He drones on a bit about how certain activity type side effects are evident in many ways. Teenagers often fail to realize that the stress that they place on their bodies has lasting effects. Seeming cool is more important than their health. Wait a minute. What? There's no easy way to say this. Your daughter is sniffing glue. I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the exact reason why she's like sniffing glue. I don't think that's the exact reason to have to be like feeling like crap, feeling like sicky. I don't think that's the exact reason. Excuse me? I'm not. Honestly, the absurdity of the proposal shakes you more than you are willing to admit. You, Ray Kim, the druggie, getting high behind the dumpsters at their 5th period. Maybe if you planted that in rumor in school, you could gain some street cred. Except for the fact that a total of 0 people would believe it. I understand that this is hard to hear, but catching it early is the first step to recovery in internet. Mom cuts him off by standing. Thank you for the advice. Good day. Uh-oh. Mom is overemphasizing her sentences. This isn't good. We follow Mom out the door, leaving Dr. Worth shaking his head. Dude, this dude doctor, I swear. I don't think that's the exact reason why she's like this. Just sniffing glue. Has anybody even sniffed glue? Who does that? The silence is palpable. I'm not sniffing. I know. 'Cause I would never. I know. Great. What a complete utter waste of time. Your phone lights up. It's an email from Mr. Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson from Life is Strange? It's an email from Mr. Jefferson titled, "See me for exam score crap." The only time Mr. Jefferson asks to see students is when they are failing. This is not a good day to be missing school again. There's also a text from Sadie. You're not dying, are you? Someone at school started a rumor that you were dying. It was Karen Murphy, so of course I don't believe her, but still. You would tell me, right? Ugh, Karen Murphy. If you had the mental energy to be mad, you would be. Why would we ignore this? Why would we ignore this? You send the text and tuck your phone away, going back to looking out the window. Well, so much for this doctor being better than the rest. In fact, this doctor may have been even worse. The only thing these doctors have done are make assumptions about who you are, and a grand total of none of them have helped in the slightest. Why can't someone just tell me what's wrong already? Yes, keep searching. Despite everything, the chance of finding out what is wrong is still worth it for now. Just keep on searching, cause like freaking. So apparently, none of these doctors even figured out what the heck is wrong with her. It's midday. You can tell the minute you open your eyes from the sun shining through the window. You have not been to school any day this week or last week. You don't even think, you don't even want to think about all the makeup assignments that you're going to have when you finally go back. If you ever go back, sometimes it feels like this sickness will last forever. Rolling out of bed, you see your cello across the room. It's been a while since you played, but nothing would make you happier. You grab your backpack and take out the sheet music your orchestra teacher director sent you. No time with the present. An hour of practice will help keep up with the rest of them when I got to rehearsal again. Okay. How long have I been? Oops. Uh, oh god dang it, no. Since I've been doing this, I tapped on the little, oh my god. I've been skipping through the dialogues. This ain't right. The notes are long and flowing. It feels amazing to play, but before holding your arm position on the cell, I was trying to see how long I've been recording for. Your muscle aches from moving the bow back and forth. You moving the bow or bow back and forth. You look to the clock. Only 20 minutes in. I never feel tired after only this long. You set your cello back its case and take a break. You don't know why you thought you could actually practice normally, especially given how you've been feeling lately. Several weeks later. Oh my god. I don't know how long this game goes for, but I'm gonna do it until the end. You're going to see a blood doctor today. You didn't know that there were doctors that just study blood. You're ready for another run-of-the-mill experience, similar to the ones you've had before. Ray Kim, Dr. Jones. You nod, but the female doesn't even lift her gaze from the files in her hand. She lifts her eyes, open her rectangular glasses to get a better look at you. She looks back down at the file with her notes. Back at you, back at oh my god. Oh, I think it might be Lyme disease. It's pretty rare, and I'm not sure if you've been in an area with ticks, but it's worth checking out. I'll order a blood test. You are almost taken aback by the efficiency of the appointment. She didn't even touch you or come close enough to get a good look at you. Maybe she was just that good or just that bad. Your phone lights up as a text from your orchestra conductor. Regretfully, you have been cut from the upcoming recital for not attending enough rehearsals. You feel tears stringing your eyes as you put your phone away. There's also a text from Sadie. Hey. Hey, can't talk. You send the text. You try not to think about how much you wish you could play in that recital. Today was a complete bust. You know what? I'm gonna take a break from searching because we've been searching for this long. Because, like, none of these doctors are freaking open. They can't really tell what's wrong with her, basically. You're done. No more doctors, no more misplayed hope. You're going to live your life on your own terms. Okay. And several weeks later. How long does this game even go? I'm questioning that. Auditions for the school play are tomorrow. You haven't had much time to prepare, but they're monologues you still have memorized from last time. Okay. So Hamilton, Romeo and Juliet, and Antigone. How about some freaking Romeo and Juliet? Nice. You pull out the script and start flipping through it until you find a chunk of text that works for this audition, then you get to work. Hours later, you lay back on your bed, having memorized and practiced your audition to your heart's content. You probably set your alarm and climb into the bed, ready for tomorrow. The next day. Ray. Oh gosh, your eyes open to find your cheek sitting in your breakfast. Huh, what happened? Well, I'm not an expert, but I believe you fell asleep in your breakfast. You rise out of your chair and wipe some of your breakfast off your face. Mom is watching you carefully, even walking to the sink tires you out. You lean against the counter and try to rub some of the sleep from your eyes. Honey, I really don't think you should be going to school today. Auditions. I know, it's your choice. She's right, you know she's right. But it doesn't make it hurt any less. You can barely function this morning. There's no way you're gonna make it to this afternoon. Okay. She for real needs some help. Several... You have no idea. There are so many types of specialists for doctors, but here you are, and somehow you made your way to an infectious disease. Doctor, oops. Mom launches. She talks about over your head, directly to Mom, showing her disease. A series of laminated sheets with charts and graphs on them. Rude. Mom notices your sour expression. So, Ray, what do you think of all this? Dr. Lee, as it says on her coat, turns and gives you an obviously forced smile. Oh, you don't have to worry about the fine details. I'm sure they'll go over your head anyway. You sit there, take aback as Dr. Lee turns out to Mom. Excuse me, I may be a kid, but I'm not stupid. You sit there fuming while Mom smiles and nods at the doctor. Dr. Lee thinks you probably have something, but not an infectious disease. Yeah, I could have told you that one, genius. Despite the lack of an infectious disease, she writes you an official doctor's note to excuse you for the amount of school you've been missing. The second the appointment is over, you beeline out the office. Oh my god. It's so boring just reading all this stuff. Neither of you are happy about the appointment you just had or the money you just spent. You look at the note in your hands and an official excuse to be missing class. The note reads, Infectious Disease Clinic in bold, black letters on the top. It looks intimidating, but you suppose it's effective enough. After missing so much school, you need something to show administration so you don't get expelled. Mom looks at you, you look back at Mom. She squeezes your hand tightly, but her eyes are less bright than they were before. She would never show it, but the constant barrage of doctors is taking a toll on her as well. You can only be treated like a science experiment for so long before you nap. It just seems like no matter how hard you try, there are 1,000 things in the way of finding answers. You just wish things could go back to normal. That you could leave behind the role of the doctors and appointments for good. You are just so tired. How long? Where's chapter 3? Mom drops you off at school to turn in your doctor's note. It feels like years since you've been here. You wish you were back to good. After dropping off your doctor's note at the front office, you head to the hallway to see if you can find any of your friends. Lo and behold, Sadie is standing right there at a locker, loading books into her bag. I'm gonna tackle her. The second you spot her, you start running. You nearly fall and tackle the girl and give her a hug. She falls forward, shocked by the assault, but breaks into a huge smile after noticing your face. Ah, you're back! She spins you around in her arms before releasing you. The hall monitor looks like he's going to pop a blood vessel. Thank God, school is so boring without you. I swear, I almost started paying attention in class, so I just had something to do. You giggle at her excitement, man. You sure have missed her. Where have you been? You know what, it doesn't matter, because now you're back, and we are going to rule this school once more. Your smile falls. Actually, I'm only stopping by today. I got a doctor's note to excuse how much school I've been missing. Sadie deflates. Oh, I just thought, no, it's fine. You take all the time you need, but what is it? You haven't actually told me what you have. Is it contagious? Is that why you're spending so much time away from school? You don't really want to explain anything to yet another person, but Sadie is your friend, so it means well. You launch into a summary of your life since the beginning of fall, the sleeping, the doctors, the pills, the endless number of texts, how discouraging it all is, how you wish you just had an answer. She nods along without saying anything. Actually, I had an appointment with a doctor that specializes in hormones. They might think of something that will help. Why? Well, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm just skeptical that anything will help. Maybe it's your diet. When I don't eat enough, I feel tired. That's not really. Or maybe you aren't exercising enough. My mom says young people like us need to run around and tire ourselves out in order to get a good night's rest. Well, ugh, my god, this is a lot of reading. Bruh, there's a lot of reading. Drinking water can help the body wake up and be ready for the day. I read that in a self-help guide. You read self-help guides? You read that? No, or at least I didn't used to. After you stopped coming to school, I wanted to help, so I read up on some stuff. I got a book from the library called 1001 Diseases You Could Have and Not Know. She pulls out a textbook from her backpack and shoves it in her hands. It's pretty hefty to be carrying around, just in case you saw each other. You can tell that she put in a lot of effort for you, but this isn't really what you wanted to hear after the onslaught of doctors you just visited. Oh my god, Sadie shuffles her way back and forth. Whoa, she obviously wants to say something, but it's clearly uncomfortable. I'm getting too tired. I'm getting tired. I'm yawning so much, so. Actually, have you heard of psychosomatic symptoms? Your heart drops. Yes, you have. It's basically when you think you're sick, but actually it's all in your head. And, excuse me? I'm not saying that's what you have, but you've been to all of these doctors and they don't know what's wrong. Doctors are smart. They should know things. Right, they should. What if you aren't actually sick? Then you just need to think positive until you get better and things can go back to normal. You stare at Sadie almost in shock. Think positive. Are you serious? What? Do you think I'm making this up? Do you not believe me too? I do, but I don't know. I just don't see how you can say you are so sick and yet stand here and what? Look, and what? Look like you're fine. The words hang in the air for a moment, tears stringing your eyes. You stare her down for a few seconds before you turn around, walk down the hall, and leave the school. I seem fine? How could she say that? After I spilled my heart out to her and let her know what I've been going through, how could she still think that everything is fine? And several days later, oh my god, you're at another doctor's appointment with mom. You're at another doctor's appointment. Visiting school took a lot of energy out of you, and this isn't helping. You feel miserable. You've been sitting in this room for a couple minutes, but honestly, all of these offices are starting to blend together. This lady is an endocrinologist, a hormone doctor. Dr. Jones gives you a referral after your blood results was negative for Lyme disease. Surprise, surprise. The doctor enters the room with a flourish, her red cowboy boots flashing and her dress twirling. You look at her in awe. She sits down and faces you and your mom, smiling brightly. She extends her hand out to you. Hello, my name is Julie. What can I call you? You shake her hand, a bit taken aback by her friendliness. I'm Ray. I'm sick, but I'm not happy about it, so that's why I'm here. Dr. Julie laughs heartily. You can't help but smile too. Well, your funny bone certainly isn't damaged, so let's start at the beginning and try to get a grasp on what's going on. Well, we believed it started at the beginning of this year with, actually, Mom, could I hear this part from Ray? It may help me understand a bit better. You look at her for a second before launching into your own story, eager for her advice and opinions. She looks at you, really looks at you like you're a person and not just some test subject. She listens to your story earnestly when she has ideas and questions. She doesn't overstep her boundaries. It feels like you're involved in the process, like you have a seat at the table. Okay, I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves, but I have an idea. I have your blood test from Dr. Jones, and they show high levels of a hormone called cortisol. You know what that is? You nod yes, you've heard that before. Julie continues to explain how some of your symptoms and aspects from your story are typical of a certain illness, one that seems very similar. These symptoms are lined up perfectly with what we call Cushing's syndrome. Based on your blood test, I believe that you may have an adrenal tumor on the pituitary gland that is affecting your hormones. A tumor? Dr. Jules smiles and places a comforting hand on your shoulder. I understand that this seems pretty scary, but an MRI, well, no, it's not that. It really wasn't. You couldn't really describe it, but you were almost happy. Cushing syndrome. Is it treatable? Well, we should confirm that it is what you actually have first, but with treatment it has been found to be completely reversible. Ugh, excuse me. You turn to Mom, who is smiling softly at your side. You hug her, and she holds you close as tears threaten to fall from your eyes. Thank you. Well, finally, some of the good doctors out here. Dr. Jules walks with you and your mom as you head to the MRI. Hopefully this will be the last of these exploratory tests. Several days later. Oh my god. When am I gonna hit chapter 3, bro? I don't know how long this game is gonna last for. Oh, sorry, I'm freaking tired and I need to go to sleep. Something down as you open your eyes. There's a soft knock on your door and Mom opens it slowly. Sweetheart, or sweetie, you sit up out of bed. Her voice is too soft. She strokes her hair and sighs. Dr. Julie's office just called with some news about the MRI. Oh, I know we both really wanted Dr. Julie to be right. No, I'm sorry, but the scans came back as a negative for a tumor of any sort. You feel numb, like the world just dropped out from under you and you were floating. You know you're supposed to feel happy. You're supposed to be relieved. But in your mind, this was your solution. This was your answer. This was going to be the end of seeing all these doctors and getting all these tests done. The end of being poked and prodded at, of being treated like a science experiment, of being less than human. But after everything, after all the hope you got from Dr. Julie, it's just another dead end. This isn't fair. This isn't how it's supposed to be. I'm a teenager. I should be enjoying life, going to school, and getting in trouble for coming home late. That's what everyone else gets to do. That's what they do on TV. Why can't this just end? Mom leans in to comfort you, but you don't respond. Instead, you stare straight ahead, tears streaming down your face. She gives you some space. Sweetheart, just don't, okay? I hate this. I hate all of this. I just want to go to school and see my friends. I just want to be a normal kid. I just want all of this to be over. Mom reaches out in comfort. Please, I want to be alone. She nods in understanding and rises, but before she leaves, she turns back. We're going to have to stop going to doctors for a little while. We don't have enough money to see anyone else, but I promise we're going to figure out what this is. She shuts the door behind her, and you curl into a ball underneath her blankets, letting your sobs overtake your body. You cry until you're absolutely exhausted and you can't even move. Sleep. If you say you can't even move, then why would we get up? Alright, we have finally arrived in chapter 3. God freaking dang. Finally arrived in chapter 3. Oh, wow. So we finally arrived in chapter 3. So you wake up in your bedroom. Should we continue this or... how many minutes are we on? 53 minutes. So you wake up in your bedroom, it's just another Monday. Go back to sleep. Just as quickly as your eyes have opened, they're closed again, you fall back to sleep. Oh my god. You wake up again, it's still Monday. No, you actually need to get up. You try, but you just couldn't. You wake up again, it's still... What? All I had... What am I doing? All I'm doing is just going back to sleep. Oh. Right, get up. We are not going to be late today. You grumble as you get out of bed and changes to some clothes. Mom hauls you into the car to take you to school. It's fall semester again. It's been 1 year since this all began, and despite being back at school semi-regular, you still feel like you're always missing class to catch up to sleep. Not to mention you're still tired all the time. You fall asleep in a couple of your classes, but you end up making it through the entire school day. Despite taking several naps, you're still exhausted. Where do you want to go? Let's go to Sadie's house. You haven't seen Sadie since before summer ended. You're not sure you want to open that bag of worms right now. You don't have the energy to deal with her today. Your phone vibrates in your pocket. It's a text from mom. She's out front to pick you up for another doctor's appointment. Right. It's her first appointment in a while, actually, but you got a strong recommendation from one of your previous doctors. Maybe this time it'll be worth the cost. You grab your backpack and head down to the main office. Okay. Another doctor, bro. By the end of last year, your family was too broke to see any more doctors, and that's not even considering the emotional cost of it all. But after a summer of no doctor's visits, your family has saved up enough money and paid enough bills to start looking into solutions again. The doctor comes in, her coat reads Mr. Shipley. Funny, that sounds like a sci-fi captain's name. Mom launches into an explanation. Dr. Shipley, like all the rest of the doctors, listens to the spiel. She, like the rest of the doctors, nods her head. Sounds like you'll benefit from a sleep study, although it could still be missing. It could be something else. Let's get you scheduled for one. You sigh heavily, but make the appointment nonetheless. You schedule it for next week in this sleep lab at the hospital. At least this test will be harder to fail, given how great I am at falling asleep. Okay. 1 week later. 56 minutes. Okay. So, well. So I've gone this far, and clearly, it's just her trying to feel better. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Mom drags you to the sleep center for your sleep study. Oh my god. Ugh. 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 You've never stayed overnight at a hospital before, but this place is different than you expected. It's kind of a cozy with lots of closed off rooms. After getting checked in, you're shown to your room. The sleep tech attaches what seems to be electrodes into your head, chest, and legs. Ugh. He also puts 2 elastic bands around your chest to monitor your breathing. Oh wow, Mom looks down at you. You look like a robot. You snicker, she kisses you on the head. I'll be back in the morning. Sleep tight. Ugh. You're crawling under the covers, the lights are off, and the sleep text talks to you over the intercom. He asks you to close your eyes, look up, look down, look side to side, checking to see if the monitoring equipment is working properly. Okay, you're all set. Shout if you need anything. You fade into sleep, and that's it. Oh my god. It's probably gonna go on forever. I'm just saying. Despite having numerous cords attached to you, you sleep fine. Once you wake up, the sleep text helps some of the electrodes off, but not all of them. It's time for the nap test. We'll have you try and fall asleep for 30 minutes every few hours. Once the nap tests are done, you will be free to go. You do the first 2 nap tests and fall asleep easily. Seems like you're passing. I could hear your stomach growling from the other room. How about I order some food from the hospital's cafeteria? You nod, that sounds pretty good. Just get a freaking sandwich. Your food arrives at the lab and you take a break to chow down. Not the funnest meal I've ever had. I wish Mom had packed me something. Trying to get back to taking naps, this actually isn't as bad as you thought it would be. Dude, a lot of... How many were we at? Oh my god, we're almost up to an hour. You finish up the rest of the nap tests. Finally, it's time to go home. So guys, I'm almost up to an hour. And I'm gonna finish this off and then I'm gonna stop somewhere. And I'll probably continue this or not. Because, like, I don't know how long this game is, basically. So, how'd it go? Did you sleep? Tell her about the nap test. I got to sleep most of the day, but I didn't feel like I was missing out on life. It wasn't too bad. I'm glad. It reminded me when you used to sleep over with Sadie in middle school. Although I'm not sure much sleeping got done there. You smile a bit. Those were fun times. The two of you head out the door and home without answering another word about the study. Ugh! Oh my god. I need to stretch. Look at how far I've come. Look at how far I've come. You finally got a letter in the mail and a phone call from the sleep doctor. Mom talked with her on the phone for a while, but you've come to see her in person. No doubt you're just waiting to get informed about yet another dead end. So we got your results back from the sleep study. I understand you have been looking for answers for quite some time, yes. You give her a weak nod. She hands you a packet of papers. She has some charts with numbers you don't understand. Oh, excuse me. Well, after reviewing the test results, I feel confident about your symptoms are tied to a condition you may have heard before. It seems like you have narcolepsy. You look up at her and stare in disbelief. Wait, it's been so long since all of this madness began. Is this it? Are you here? Do you finally have your answer? But narcolepsy isn't right. I've seen on TV that people just fall over all the time, usually for comedic effect. A few years ago, someone dressed up as man for Halloween, and it was pretty funny to see him just kill over and snore. That's not what I have. Narco affects the brain's ability to regulate sleeping and waking cycles, which is characterized by excessive sleepiness during the day and falling asleep for short spurts at a time. Sleep doesn't really do the job that it should be doing, so you wake up less rested than you should. You nod. What she is saying is actually making a lot of sense. Also, your story lines up with many that we get here at the sleep center. Most patients present symptoms between the ages of 10 through 20, and often visit many physicians before receiving a diagnosis if they ever do at all. With proper resource management and follow-ups, it's absolutely possible to live a full life with this condition. Tears come to your eyes and you feel lighter, almost. This thing you've been living with, this silent monster, finally has a name. Instead of shrugging with people ask you what's wrong, you finally have a real answer. Mom gives you a hug. She's crying too. You thank the doctor and schedule another appointment for a more in-depth section later on. Oh my god. After this, I'm freaking ending the video. You and Mom are quiet on the car ride home, and entire demeanor has relaxed and you can see her relief. It's been a long couple of years for the both of you. Still after the initial happiness of the diagnosis, a somber feeling has settled within you. You haven't said much since leaving the office. What's up? You know what? I've learned a thing about freaking lying. So let's just be honest. Don't lie to people, kids, and parents. Tell the truth. Be honest. I feel like I'm supposed to be happy about this, but I'm not. Mom looks over at you, egging you on to say more. I don't know. I thought having a diagnosis would help, and it does help a little bit, but now we have to deal with the aftermath. You sigh heavily. Choose your words carefully or speak freely. Choose your words carefully. I know that you are trying to help, but I can't help but feel alone in all of this. Despite everything and everyone around me, no one really knows what it's like. It's just hard. Mom nods along with your words. I understand. It's been pretty tough for me too. Harsh. You? How can you possibly understand? You just sit there next to me smiling and pretending everything is going to be okay, while I get the short end of the stick. It must be nice having the energy to stay optimistic, but some of us don't have that luxury.
Excuse me, Miss Angsty Teen, but the world doesn't actually revolve around your problems. You have no idea how hard it has been for me to watch you go through all of this, to stand at the sidelines and be unable to do anything to help. All I can do is smile and encourage you to keep going, to find answers, and now that we can finally do, you are just being ungrateful. What do I have to be grateful for? You heard the doctor. Oh my god, the mom just called the child ungrateful. What do I have to be grateful for? You heard the You heard the doctor. I'm going to have to live with this for the rest of my life. What if nothing ever gets better? What if it gets worse and I can't conjure up the energy to get out of bed again? Bye bye, graduation, college, any hope of supporting myself. You pretend to understand, but you don't, and you never will. Oh, wow. 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 I can't believe this. No one ever said this would be easy, but this isn't how you saw this all ending. Without the support of someone close to you, how are you supposed to find a way to live through all this? Mama's been by your side and supporting you since the beginning, but she never really understood what you were going through, and now she never will. Maybe this is how it was always meant to end. Maybe there was another path. Oh my god. Huh? That's it? This game was created by... That was it? That was actually it. That's the whole thing of the game? That's it? It just ends like that? Well... Okay, alright guys, wow. What a game. What? Yeah, this was a pretty long game. I thought this would never end, but it seemed like it did. And hopefully y'all have enjoyed this video. And let's see here. Oh wow, I've been streaming for an hour now. So, yeah. So this game is fun. So, like I said, this game is really long. But but you seem fine. So thanks everyone for watching this video of But You Seem Fine game. And yeah. I will see you guys all next time for another video. Bye bye for now and have a good rest of your uh have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.